Oh, what the fuck? Who is throwing shit at a demon? Someone named Raito has subscribed for 10 months. It says, hey, Bucko, welcome. Welcome to whatever this is. One second. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyways. Hi. How's it going? So... I imagine you have a few questions, specifically about who the hell I am, and what I'm doing here. So I think since, that breezy person, or I guess technically they're not a person, since that breezy individual left the, left and made their own channel, they, before they left, they did some kind of blood magic and, like, summoned me. I'm a demon. Hi. Name's, Abaddon, you can call me Abby. But I'm here, and I can't leave, so... I mean, I like the digs, you know, can't complain too much about it. And I'm listening to some kind of music. I think it's what you humans call the video game music. Something like that. Anyways, here I have a tier list, they say. And with this tier list is that video game music. And throughout what we call a stream here, I'm gonna go ahead, or actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this another layer so down. There we go. I'm going to be ranking this video game music. Just kind of shooting the shit. It gets lonely on this computer. There's all kinds of explosions going on outside. I don't know what psycho shit is going on in the outside world. You know, hell's pretty chill, but, you know, y'all humans are fucked up and celebrate weird demonic nations. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to just hang out. I popped an edible, half of one, actually, and I'm just gonna listen to some music. Vibe here. Throughout the stream, I'm gonna listen to these different soundtracks and rank them on the list. And I'll be doing some other ones, such as something that has a special place in my heart as a demon from hell. The hottest war criminals. Fictional ones. Mind you, not actual real world ones. But let's go ahead and dig on into it. So, first one up. So, firstly, here's an issue here. I can't see who some of these are, so I don't even know which characters. Like, this person, no clue. Whoever you are, no idea. I think this is a Genshin Impact character. I'm probably horribly wrong, but we're just gonna roll with it and see how it goes. I think that's Camille from Gundam. And honestly, if we're talking hotness, he's pretty low. Like, he's alright, but he's no Char. Like, Char, much like the fucking Zaku that he rides in, just rockets straight to the top. All the way to the top of the war criminal list. He is 100% S tier. Number one with a bullet. Well, maybe not number one, but very high up there. Also have no idea who this is. I don't know that I feel comfortable ranking them, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a row below this. We're gonna... Oh, damn it, I hate this website. Changed the wrong one. So we're gonna close that, and we're gonna change the color on this. And this one's gotta be called no, what did you do? Okay, there we go. I have no idea who you are. And that is where you are gonna go. You're gonna go right down there. Same thing with you. I imagine you might be a little bit more attractive if I could see your faces, but as it is, y'all are down there. Now let's get to some more characters that we actually know. The girl from Valkyria Chronicles, Saria? I can't remember what her name is. She's definitely overrated in terms of hotness. Like, everyone kind of like jizzed in their pants when she came out just because she has the big boobies. And like, don't get me wrong, lesbian here, love me some baps. However, that only gets you so far. So I think she's gonna be in the B tier, solid B tier for boob, and that's gonna be just fine for her. We got here Edelgard. Edelgard is definitely... I feel like there's a pattern going on here. Don't know if y'all can follow it. Hey B, welcome to the stream. My name is Abaddon. You can call me Abby. I got summoned by Breezy via blood magic, and I'm just hanging out, ranking some hot fictional war criminals. Because there's no better way to celebrate the 4th of July in Abaddon? No, I said Abaddon, like the demon. Not Dan Abaddon. As far as I know, Dan Abaddon from the Game Grumps is not in fact a demon from hell. I know he's done some sussy stuff in his time, but I don't believe he is actually... I'm not positive, but I feel like he's probably not. Anyways, yeah, Edelgard's pretty hot. I would put her up in S tier, personally. Sephiroth is another one that I feel is like kind of overrated personally. Like, always hard for me to make that judgment call as a lesbian in terms of attractiveness. Like, don't get me wrong, he got that bitchy energy. He's definitely, you know, he's definitely getting glomped, but you know, he's probably like, I'd put him at like B tier. The main character from Drakengard 1. Let me hold up a sec. I gotta find a specific photo of the main character from Drakengard 1. I can't remember his name. But there's a specific photo of him that's like... So the main point of the stream is to rank video game music. However, there's some things in the ranking system that in the tier list that I have here that I have not listened to. So I'm gonna have that on in the background while I do some other tier lists that I can kind of like vibe with and see like, okay, how am I feeling about this? Do I feel like this is pretty high up there? Is it like mid to me? You know. But in the meantime, we'll rank some video game people. There's Kame, that's his name. Let me just go ahead and open this image in a new tab. And zoom on in on that, and we'll go ahead and reopen that window. There he is. So, this man's here. This guy. Where did the tier list go? We need a trans brother to go with Game. So I don't know. Where would y'all put this handsome little mug here? No more Elliot's 2020. Oh god, so we got Kame. If Kame we're gonna have D tier. Yeah, he's pretty low. Definitely below my... That's a very good comparison. Pained expression of a SNK character. I feel like that summarizes him pretty well. Alright, now we got Brother Nier here from the original Nier. He is pretty attractive. Like, he's at least, like... At the very least, Brother Nier is a B, if not, like, slipping up to an A there. Let's see, more characters I know. 0. 100% up at the top. I have to rearrange this a little. Char's hot, but he gets knocked down a couple of ranks because he's not a woman and I'm a lesbian, so that's just kind of how it works out. Sorry, buddy. Love you as a character. Don't want to fuck you. We got... Why am I forgetting her name? I feel bad for forgetting her name because of how much of Fire Emblem Three Houses I played. However, if I had to pick a place for her, like if we're talking actual like just physical attractiveness, she's probably like a B or an A at least. However, she's extremely religious, and that kind of knocks her down a few pegs. I feel like she's gonna like be a C+, B- for me. Like, just tone down the religious quality to you, and we're gonna be golden. So that's where she's gonna sit. I have no idea who these three are down here. I vibe with this lady, so she's gonna be an A tier, I'm gonna say. No clue who she is. I think she's from like Final Fantasy XIV, which I've played the tiniest bit of, but that's it. He could be hot, but it's clear he's not putting in effort. I don't know. Need I pull up the picture again? like, don't get me wrong. I get what you mean, but also, there ain't no fixing that smile. That's someone that you turn to in bed the next morning and you question your decisions in the club last night. I kind of vibe with this character's energy too. Again, no clue who she is. However, I fucks with her. I'll put her in like a... I'll put her in A tier. This just kind of looks like pretty generic, attractive anime lady. So she's gonna be down in C, you know. Does not knowing anything about her or her war criminal qualities bring her higher than the Fire Emblem lady, though? That's the hard question. Nah. Nothing makes up for it. She's kind of just sitting right there. And then these two, again, no clue. Don't know who you are. Don't even get a shot of your face. So, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're lovely people, judging from the fact that you're on a war criminal tier list. But that's just how it is. So, I have here a Smash Brothers tier list, Smash Ultimate. However, oh wait, actually, let me go ahead and get to the video game soundtrack one. I've been not focusing on what's actually the main goal here. So right now I'm listening to the Animal Crossing GameCube soundtrack. It's pretty good. I fuck with it. That's like an A. And I can kind of go through, and there's a few in here that I know the answer to in terms of where their soundtrack is gone. Silent Hill 3, for example. Top 5. That is my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. Ain't nothing getting above it. It's just bar none. Nothing beats that one. What's another top 5? I feel like Transistor is pretty high up there. I don't know if I fuck with the game as much anymore. However, Persona 5 has a very, very, very good soundtrack. There are 100% a lot of bops on that. It might break into top 5, but it's at least gonna be sitting in S tier for right now. What else we got here? There's actually gotta be a lot on here that I don't know the soundtracks of super well, so please bear with me. Super Mario Sunshine. I super fuck with Super Mario Sunshine on multiple levels. However, the music is so good in Sunshine. Trying to smooth jazz pill some Persona 5 weebs. Yeah! It is definitely a gateway drug into jazz, the Persona soundtracks are. Which, hey, if there's one good thing to come of Persona, aside from the weird homophobia, transphobia those games, like, have at points, and just weird politics in general, they at least are getting people into good music. And I'll give them that. My audio... Is anyone else getting weird audio from my end? Because I occasionally keep getting, like, clicks in my headphones, and I don't know if that's the headphones or the audio thing I got set up here. In the meantime, since I've ranked the Animal Crossing soundtrack, I'm now gonna pick a different soundtrack. What's a soundtrack I haven't heard before? Let's see. Asura's Wrath. I've played Asura's Wrath, but I could not tell you what the soundtrack of it sounds like. So I'm gonna pull that up here and just kind of sit with that for a moment. Main theme of Asura's Wrath. Not hearing any weird clicks? Okay. It's probably just on my end then. But thank you for keeping an ear out. Alright. Let's see. I mean, Castlevania... Here's the thing about Castlevania. Castlevania kind of always has the same music. However, that music is very good. So... that's gonna kind of solidly get it up at A. Also, I think I need to turn this down just a little bit more. Love your gumption, Asura's Wrath, but you don't need to be that loud currently. Celeste, S tier, easy. Soundtrack is fucking fantastic in that game. Super Mario World. That's an easy one. Super Mario 3 is an easy S. Silent Hill 2 is not in my top 5, but it is definitely an S tier. Same with Earthbound. Or Mother 3 is an S, and then Earthbound is like A tier. I'm not as big a fan of Earthbound, but it does have very good music, and I can hand that to it at the very least. Undertale. That's going in the top 5, without a doubt. There are so many damn tracks in that game that just absolutely tear. What else do we got here that I know? Sonic R. I've never played Sonic R, and at the very least I don't plan to anytime soon. But fuck, that game's soundtrack is so good. It is so goddamn good. You know what? Just to be fair to other soundtracks on here, I'll bring it down to A, but it's pretty good. I can't, like, overload the S tier with all of my choices already. Yes. Come on, everybody, it's supersonic racing. Hot sex with my dad. The Cuphead soundtrack. The Cuphead soundtrack is good, but it's like fucking old-timey, like Americana music, and that does like nothing for me. So I'll put it in B as like, as a music appreciator, it does cool things, but the soundtrack itself doesn't do much for me, so it's gonna be down there. Oscar's Wrath, like, you're good. Do you have anything else? Yeah, exactly what you said, B. Like, congratulations, you made old music sound modern. Good job. Is there anything in the Oscar's Wrath? We can listen to Caretaker if we want an exhausting jazz experience. Would I get a copyright claim on this channel if I streamed me listening to the entirety of Everywhere at the End of Time? Like, I don't think I would, but I don't want to test it. I mean, I'm just kind of running through some Oscar's Wrath stuff here, and like, it's good. But there's nothing in here that's like hitting me at all. I'm gonna put it at like... I'm not gonna be mean and say D because it is like neat music, but it's orchestral. It's East Asian orchestral music. So like, it's good, but it's not doing anything that's blowing my mind. Bayonetta 2 is pretty good. Part of me feels blasphemous for only putting it at A, but there's really only a select few songs in Bayonetta that I am always 100% on board for listening to. Chrono Trigger is similar. I like the Chrono Trigger soundtrack a lot, but it does not stick with me as much as some other soundtracks do. Binding of Isaac is... Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hydrate there, B. Appreciate it. Alright. Binding of Isaac, who gives a fuck about anything going on with the aesthetic of that game? Like, Binding of Isaac is one of those games where it is very clear that this person grew up in the Newgrounds age, and as a result, aesthetically, there is nothing pleasing about it. The music is fine, but it does literally nothing of interest or note. So that is firmly going in who cares for me. Danganronpa is... where's Danganronpa? I guess Danganronpa is like a B. There's like a few really good songs on it, but when I really think about it, there's not a ton that I'm always ready to listen to. There's a few that really stick out to me, but nothing that makes me like say like want to recommend people that game for its music. Any other ones that I immediately know that stick out? Oh, Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect is A. It's a mixed bag. There's some extremely good songs in Tetris Effect, but there's definitely a few in there where I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I don't want to listen to this anymore. Skip to the next song. And in a rhythm game adjacent thing like Tetris Effect, it's pretty important to have a soundtrack that you feel all the way through that you're fond of. Mario 64... is a strong B+. Nah, it's an A. I wanted to try and downplay Mario 64, but there's some really good songs in Mario 64. I can't put it down for any of that. Also, I need to put something on that isn't the Oscar's Wrath soundtrack anymore. I'm kind of getting bored of it. What do we got here? Are there any ones here that I feel like I should note, music-wise? Maybe it's been a while since I heard them. Ikaruga. I mostly know one song from the Ikaruga soundtrack, but it's a fucking bop. So I'm gonna put on the rest of the soundtrack to see how I feel about it. Because this is the one that I know, right? Oh. Listen to this song. Listen to my song. It rips. Alright, well, that's gone on. Valhalla is also definitely a solid A, music-wise. God, fucking listen to this shit. It's so good. Da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba 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 ba. While I'm here, let me go ahead and put all the Grand Theft Auto games solidly in Who Gives a Shit. Like, congratulations, you put together a licensed soundtrack. Like, maybe San Andreas and, like, Vice City get up into, like, C or D, or C or B, because they at least, like, really adhere to their, like, era and aesthetic, but that's, like, the only thing that they have going for them. In fact, I'll do that. I'll put them there. They'll go into C tier. They at least are good compiled soundtracks. I literally do not give a fuck about whatever is going on with 4 or 5, though. No, yeah, those orchestral hits are so good. I love it. I literally never get tired of the first level of Ikaruga. Hey, Lisa, welcome to the stream. I actually need to turn the Ikaruga down a little bit because it's so enchanting every time I listen to that. Let's see. Some other noteworthy ones. I mean, Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney's pretty good. Cannot knock Ace Attorney at all for its soundtrack. I don't think it quite cuts into A for me, but it's definitely got some bops on there that I really enjoy. How are you doing today, Lisa? I mean, Dark Souls. Alright, so I'm gonna say as a Souls appreciator and as someone who definitely loves a lot, like, select tracks in the Dark Souls soundtrack, they're still kind of just orchestral, like, orchestral fantasy music for the most part. So outside of, I'll say, like, Dark Souls 1 kind of cuts into A because there's a few tracks on there that are really, really good. But Dark Souls 2 and 3 are gonna be like B minuses for me. Maybe I just always get so caught up in the gameplay of those, but like they just don't. Most of the music never fully sticks with me in those games. There's select moments, music-wise, that will really stick with me, but as a cohesive soundtrack, it doesn't tend to do it for me. Doom 2016 is real fucking good. And Doom Eternal is also pretty good, but as a whole, I didn't like that game as much as I did 2016. And I feel the same about the soundtrack there, too. Katamari Damacy, I only played that for like the first time this year, is so good. That is such a good video game soundtrack. Like, it blew me away just how good it was. Also, listening to more of Ikaruga, where did that go in this list? Ikaruga, where'd you disappear to? Ikaruga, where did you go? Ikaruga, where? There you are. It's still real good. So I'm gonna say Ikaruga is like an A for me. Watching videos on ADHD and then now wondering, is this it? Time to search for help. Yeah, as someone who definitely has undiagnosed ADHD, I just don't really know how to move forward with that. Especially as someone who also doesn't have health insurance. You know, hell, turns out they don't have a good medical plan down here, so Abby just kind of has to deal with it. So that's just how it be. I mean, the Jet Set Radio games are pretty good. However, there is a lot of penis music on those soundtracks that just don't appeal with me as much. The demons need to unionize. I've maybe been trying to, you know, push for that, but we all know how well that tends to go. The fuck is penis music? Penis music is like 100 gex. 100 gex is penis music. That's how I define penis music. Stuff that's like weirdly goofy and very obtuse sounding, like pop music that isn't necessarily bad, but is kind of impenetrable to most people that hear it for the first time. If I had to make a definition for penis music, it would be something like that. Nier Automata. There we go. Top 5. So goddamn good. I don't want to put on The Weight of the World because that would just make me cry if I listened to that song from the soundtrack. Let's see. Oh yeah, now that I've ranked Ikaruga, I should pull up something different. I'm probably gonna bounce to a different tier list for the time being in a moment here. I just need to pick out a different game to put on some music from. Oh, I guess in the meantime, Persona games. Persona 3 is like bottom of A, Persona 4 is top of A. Or actually, Persona 4 is like bottom of S. Still extremely good, but not as good as some of the other songs. Other games that who gives a shit about the music? Fortnite. Who's listening to the music in Fortnite? Is Fortnite on here for just the... Because that's very dumb, if it is on there for that. I appreciate that as a joke if that's why, but aside from that, I really don't know why it's on here. Anyways, other music, or other soundtracks. Let's say, let's put on the Chrono Cross soundtrack, because I don't feel like I know There's like one song on the Chrono Cross soundtrack I know, but that is it. I know a lot of people hype up the music in that game. And well, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have so far. So that's looking like a pretty decent tier list at the moment. Hey, Evie! Welcome to the stream. My name is Abby. Some people probably more formally know me as Abaddon, but I go by Abby. And I'm ranking video game music. However, there's a lot of soundtracks on here I have never listened to, so I'm also ranking other stuff in between listening to some soundtracks. So the one that I was going to hop into, we have here a Smash Bros. Ultimate tier list. However, I've altered it to be about which Smash Bros. Characters would be the most devout Christians. So we got at the top tier a quote from Zach Fox saying, "If it ain't about Jesus, I'ma hit you with this K." Below that, we got Street Preacher. Below that, we got Born Again Christians. We got Raised Religious, grew out of it. Then we got Agnostic or Indifferent. Below that, we got the Fedora Atheist. Below that, we have God is Dead. And below that, we have God is Dead, and I killed him. So, let us get going on this list here. So first of all, easy answers. Pit is definitely up here. He is a literal, like, cherub angel. What would a Fedora Atheist be? Do you remember that period of time in, like, the early 2010s where, like, there were dudes on YouTube basically just making a living off of, like, talking about how right they are as human beings for being atheists? That's what I define as a Fedora Atheist. Someone who's, like, kind of in your face about it, essentially. Alright. And because we got normal Pit at the top, Dark Pit is at the bottom, that only makes sense that we would have that. In this moment, I am euphoric. Exactly that, Evie. Rob the Robot is agnostic or indifferent. It's not that he doesn't believe in God, Rob just doesn't give a shit. Rob is a literal robot that has no concept of religion. And as such, another thing that's not gonna have a concept of religion is Dark Samus. Weird alien being. Yeah, I don't even have a soul, it ain't my problem. Once I die, it's just... and it's gone. I'm good. Rob did serve Taboo, who is arguably a god. You know, that's a fair point. However, I don't think Rob was probably serving Taboo because in his brain, in his robot brain, he was like, this is my god. I must do what he commands. I think there was probably just some weird, like, fantasy corruption going on there. Oh yeah, of course, the Belmonts. The Belmonts are definitely going up to the top, with Simon Belmont being definitely, like, at the top of the top. Look at that dude. That's definitely a dude who, like, if you are not worshiping our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he is he might want to do bad things to you. Well, here's the thing, Luisa. You can be agnostic and still believe in like ghosts and stuff like that. Like that's less religious and more just skeptical in regards to like the nature of the world around us. Like, hey, who knows? Maybe there are ghosts or something like that, and but however, that serves as proof that there's no heaven, because spirits just kind of hang out when they had a bad time on Earth. Let's see. Bayonetta is definitely at the bottom of that list, no doubt. There's something about Minecraft Steve that strikes me as a born-again Christian. I don't know what it is. There's just some energy that I'm getting from this dude here that tells me that, like, he's gonna kind of pull you aside at work and be like, yeah, I used to, like, really be in a rough space too, but then I, like, you know, went to church, I cleaned up my life, and I was baptized, and, you know, I really feel like I found my way in life once I got that settled. Yeah, huge fan of that Father Stu movie. Who else here? Seems like an easy mark. Mr. Game & Watch does not strike me as a character that has a concept of God. But again, not quite like disbelieving it, but just literally does not care. What else do we have? Would I say that Ken, because Ken definitely strikes me as like born-again Christian dude, but does he get quite to like street preacher level, I feel? He's like right on the verge there. I don't know what it is about him. Like, I guess street preacher as just the catch-all is a little bit disingenuous, but like that type of person who like is trying to insist on other people being religious, like just kind of sees that other religions are like in the wrong. But then again, I don't know if I can agree with that, because I'm thinking about Ryu, and Ryu definitely does not fall into like a religious sect. That dude's like a fucking Buddhist, and Ken fucks with him. So I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna put him at race religious, grew out of it. You know, his mind expanded after he grew up and moved out of like out of his country, started visiting places, went to Japan, dabbled in Buddhism. We'll say he was raised religious, grew out of it. I do like that idea though, Evie, that he got into faith to bounce back after his divorce. He had a little bit of a relapse. That's what we'll say. Like, he kind of grew out of religion, then he lost it, then he broke up with his wife, but he's gonna find his way back to just kind of free-flowing through things. So that's where Ken has fallen. I mean, yeah. Palutena is kind of a literal god, but then again, would that be considered heretical to the Christian God? And with that in consideration, would that mean that Pit is also down there? These are very serious questions. I'm gonna keep Pit up here. However, he's just trying to serve God. And he does just have, like, strong Christian boy energy. However, Palutena, though, being a god herself, is mildly heretical. So I'm gonna put her just that God is dead. We'll say that. Tell me Sonic isn't God is dead and I killed them. Nah, Sonic is a street preacher. I need to, hold on a second, I gotta find some images here. I got some referential images to find. Sonic the Hedgehog. One second. Let me make sure that there's nothing in this Google image search that is not safe for work. Don't see any penises, right? I see a couple of bulges, but I don't see penises. Just need to keep looking through it here. There's something that I see here that makes me laugh though. Okay, I think I'm safe to show this on stream. Like, look at all of these. Look at this. Like, look at this man's. This is definitely a guy that is very much religious to the level of being like street preacher. Don't ask me what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here, but it's going on. And there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, look at this. We got him praying at the cross. Where was the one that I saw? Or did I accidentally pass it by? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. You know, never forget. So yeah, he's definitely fallen under street preacher level. He's not gonna kill for his god, but he's definitely gonna really advocate for that god. Yeah, Chrono Cross music is pretty good. Like, it's about at the level of Chrono Trigger. Like, there's even some things that are just literally pulled from the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, so I'll put it about there. Oh wait, here's another one that who kind of cares. Team Fortress 2. At least in my opinion. Like, I don't think the music is bad, but that's not a soundtrack that I'm gonna fight for in terms of getting it on a tier list. Let's see. Outer Wilds' soundtrack is very, very good. Like, definitely an S tier. Killer 7 is extremely good for Killer 7 sound OST. There's one, yeah, there it is. I feel like this is the main reason that the Killer 7 soundtrack is on here. Which, in its defense, does get it relatively high. Like, I'd probably put it, like, there. Just for Rave On alone. So that's where Killer 7 is gonna fall. In the meantime, though, I need to find a different soundtrack here real quick. Let us say the Umurangi Generation soundtrack. What does that sound like? I haven't played that game yet, but I know that one has been highly recommended all over the place. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to that for a bit here. Who is texting me? Someone's texting me right now. Okay. mean, sorry, I'm vibing with this. I can dig it. It's pretty good. So let's... Hell, texting on your demon phone, yes. Okay. So yeah, return to where I was. Sonic the Hedgehog highly advocates for Jesus. Doesn't kill for him, but very, very, very much an advocate. What characters would I put? Would I say that I think Ridley is a Fedora atheist? No, I know who I want to put in Fedora atheist. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is definitely a Fedora atheist to me. Like, would you consider, like, the story of Mewtwo, like, having been created by scientists and, like, destroying that laboratory because of, like, how he was created? Like, the scientists playing God with him kind of getting a godplex in and of himself. Like, he is there. Easy spot for him. Ryu is agnostic or indifferent. As I said, dude is literally a Buddhist. Yeah, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater one, the 3 is definitely gonna go pretty high up on my tier list. Let's see. Zero Suit Samus is definitely like a born again Christian to me. Like, there's, you know, them blonde white women have a track record, we'll say, and as such, I'm just putting her in the appropriate spot. Don't get me wrong, I think Samus is a fantastic character. However, let's see. Where would I put Cloud? Yeah. I don't think Cloud is quite Fedora atheist in not being religious, but like he definitely strikes me as someone who has like a bit of that like hard nihilism to him in regards to life. Oh, Kazuya. Kazuya is definitely going to the bottom of the list, him being a literal demon as well. Not quite to the level that Bayonetta is, or really Dark Pit is, but he's probably a little bit below Dark Pit. We'll say he's like second on from the bottom. Let's see. However, Sephiroth is a Fedora atheist. There are just certain villains that have that energy to them that is undeniable. And not quite at the level that Mewtwo is, but he's down there. Let's see. Same thing with Meta Knight. I would say he's definitely lower than Sephiroth, but he has that like edgy early 2010s YouTuber vibe to him. Diddy Kong is born again. Diddy Kong. It's one of those sentences that you say out loud that just makes you laugh. Diddy Kong is a born-again Christian. Nah, I mean, I guess. Because how born-again can he be? He's like a kid. We're gonna say that Diddy Kong has been raised religious and will probably end up growing out of it. That's what I'm gonna say with him. He'll be a little bit higher than Ken because we at least have the hard proof that he eventually grew out of it. Kirby is definitely down there. Kirby is definitely a God is dead and I killed him type character. Like, when you consider all the shit that Kirby has fought in his video game career, he is at the bottom. Who else do we have here? The Ice Climbers are street preachers. That is a traditional, that is a trad cath couple right there. Like, they do not separate from each other. That is a couple that is married until one of them passes away, regardless of what bad shit happens to them as a couple along the way. This very much sticks to the traditional idea of marriage. Yes, Ice Climber's holding the "We will adopt your baby" sign. Also, this Umurangi Generation soundtrack is pretty good, I must say. I'm gonna put it like around there at a B tier. What's another one on here? Let's say Demon Souls. I mean, I don't want to just, like, make a guess of what the soundtrack really sounds like, but it's probably in this same range. Once I get around to playing through Demon Souls, it's gonna be in that, like, yeah, this is good orchestral high fantasy music. I'm not going to listen to this very much outside of this specific occasion. Diablo 2. Let me put on some Diablo 2 music. I feel like there's gonna be nothing in there that syncs up with me, but may as well find out. And in the meantime here, where is that Tony Hawk soundtrack? Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk. There it is. Tony Hawk 3 is S tier. I know I talked a lot of shit about, like, licensed soundtracks when I was talking about Grand Theft Auto earlier. However, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 is real good in terms of that licensed soundtrack and how it really jives with the game itself. Feels wrong that this list has Drakengard 3, but seemingly no Drakengard 1. I mean, there's that whole, where's Drakengard 1 OST? Oh, hey Casey! Welcome to the stream. Because I feel like people kind of roast the Drakengard 1 soundtrack. Where's the one that always gets passed around on Twitter? Not that one. There's one that I feel like I've heard. There it is. There's the song. Drakengard fans win the worst fucking song they've ever— yes, exactly, Wafidi from the Sesame Street meme. But yeah, considering just the brief snippets I heard from the other songs I was passing by, that does seem mildly unfair to Drakengard 1. It seems like there are other songs on that soundtrack. But let's listen to the Diablo OST. I feel like this is gonna do nothing for me. Wasn't there something else on here that was sticking out from me when I passed by it? Oh, Hotline Miami is another one that for a licensed game soundtrack, it is extremely good. Thumper, from what I know of it, is fucking tight. Just nice experimental percussive stuff is real good. Hades is also extremely solid, and Bastion is also gonna go in that same range. Where like, those soundtracks are good, but they don't hit me the same way that Transistor does. Where did Bastion go? Bastion was on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right next to Bioshock. Oh, it is all like that for sure with Edie. Well, the Ridge Racer guys made half of it at the same time. At the time, he was sad because 2chan kept shitting on his work, but he's happy. Oh, that's good. Glad that people finally came around to those soundtracks. This seems fine. Like, I'm gonna put it down at D, but not because I think it's terrible, but just because I'm listening to it, I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's where D is the, like, this is the shrug, this is okay music. C is stuff where I'm like, there's some, I appreciate what they're doing. You put it at D because you Diablo. Are there any other immediate ones that stick out to me? Mega Man X. There's one. Mega Man X is very good. It's like there-ish. Anything else I want to immediately toss on here? I guess if I want to get it out of the way, the Silent Hill 1 soundtrack is like down here. I'm more interested in hearing this stuff from it than Diablo 2, but for Silent Hill music, it's fine. It has its moments, but it doesn't blow me away like 2 through 3 do. And Silent Hill 4 is gonna be like C. There's a couple of really good songs on there, but it's mostly not that good. Okay. Time to put on something besides the Diablo 2 soundtrack. You had your time in the sun, and you kind of blew it. You fucked it up, kid. The Silent Hill 2 soundtrack is extremely good. If I didn't have such a strong emotional connection to 3, 2 would probably be up in my top 5. But 3 has a very special place in my heart. Let's put on some of the original Nier soundtrack. I saw B mention earlier on. What'd she say? Oh, she likes the original Nier soundtrack better than Nier Automata, which I can't fault her for. There's definitely some songs in that first soundtrack that are really, really good. So we'll go ahead and put some of that on there for now. However, I think for now, we're gonna bounce back to the Smash Bros. One. So, gotta get back into the mindset. Which one of these characters are devout Christians? See, I'm finding trouble on where to start here. Rosalina is probably around this area as well. Just characters that are kind of themselves gods, but what does that mean? Are they claiming that they have killed God, or that they just think the concept of God is dead? I stomp for Dragon Guard 1 out of conviction, but in my heart of hearts, Near Gestalt's towers above all. Near Gestalt is very good. That's the thing. I think my main thing with the original Nier's music is I need to play through that game to really figure out music-wise how I feel towards it, because Nier Automata I've played all the way through, and that game's soundtrack is phenomenal, and what I've played of Nier is very good. So I'm just gonna be generous to it and put it in the S tier for now, especially since they all do kind of share, or at least those two in particular, share some compositions with each other. Now let's get the Disco Elysium soundtrack in here. I know there's a song on that soundtrack that I really like, but I have not listened to much aside from it. Let's see. Has there been a game where you've listened to the OST to death but never actually got around to playing the game it was made for? That's a very good question. I'm trying to look through the list of songs that I have here, or of soundtracks here, and see if there's at least anything amongst those that stick out to me. Oh, I mean, obvious one that's already on the list here, Sonic R. The Sonic R soundtrack is so fucking good. I've never gotten around to playing that game yet, though. Da-da. I don't think there are, at least not that come to my mind immediately. Yeah, that Disco Elysium music is pretty good. Like, this is nice, moody ambience going on here. Where was Disky Lisky? There it is. Just because I haven't given it a full look, I'm gonna play fair and put it in just A. But it's like... I need to start ordering these sometime soon, because that's gonna be a very hard bridge to cross once I get to it. Banjo-Kazooie is good. It's like... there. What is the game that you have that you vibe with in that specific way, Wafidi? Bloodborne. Bloodborne is S tier. There's a lot of really good good songs in there. Like, let me... Cleric Beast OST. Let me just hear that sweet tune. Oh, the Berserk, one of the Berserk games, for sure. Come on, let's hear it. Oh. Let's all just take a moment to appreciate this song together. This song is the reason why the Bloodborne OST goes into S tier instead of just A. Ah, listen to it. Sing, people, sing. Oh, it's so good. I fucking love Cleric Beast. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I can't just get stuck here listening to that song alone. It's so good. It's so fucking good. No More Heroes. What's the No More Heroes soundtrack sound like? That is not how you spell that word, but, you know, I'm not gonna show that off to y'all. Alright. So while we wait to get some vibes off of that, let's continue here. Solid Snake is definitely, like, agnostic or indifferent. He barely gives a fuck about the world as is, let alone the concept of God. This is alright. I can kind of vibe with this. Bowser Jr. would also be indifferent. See, I feel like I can't decide Bowser Jr. until I decide Bowser, because where Bowser falls is gonna really influence that. Who needs a god when you have a dad as powerful as Bowser? That's fair. That is a fair point. Bowser is definitely a God is dead and I killed him type dude to me. Which means that Bowser Jr. falls, like, somewhere in, like, here, here, or here. One of those three, and I need to figure out which it is. Probably Fedora Atheist. Raised religious, dad killed God. I'm gonna say Fedora Atheist because definitely the type who has an ego, but because he idolizes his dad too much, can't really fall in, can't reach that same level of God is dead and I killed him. Why are Samus and Minecraft born again? So there's just something about Minecraft Steve that gives me that vibe. I could not tell you for the life of me why it is, but he strikes me as a born-again Christian. Just the type of person that, like, you talk to on break at work, and you just hear that they've been through, like, a lot of shit in their life, and as a result, like, they had to, like, go to rehab, they found religion there, and that's kind of, like, gotten them through their life, recovering from all that shit. You know, as for Zero Suit Samus, you know, blonde white woman. That I feel like that's all I need to say. It might be the dirtbag stubble on the goatee. I think that's probably a solid reason as to why. See, if we're talking like actual Samus, she's probably like down here at God is Dead. Like proper suit Samus is a nihilist, in my opinion. Isabelle is... Where would I put Isabelle? She's definitely up here somewhere. Not all the way up here, but in these three. I'm gonna say Isabelle is a born-again Christian. Yeah, exactly. She has nice church lady energy. Like, she's the good she's like one of the like good ends of like where a born-again Christian can end up, instead of being a weird zealot about it, being just kind of a very sweet person that tries to treat everyone with kindness. Would you rank green and pink Samus differently from blonde and blue Samus? Haven't put much thought into that, I'm not sure. Let's consider some more of these. So if I had to rank Star Fox... I'm gonna say Star Fox. Star Fox strikes me as agnostic. Like, maybe religion was present somewhere in his life, but he just never quite vibed with it. However, Falco strikes me as raised religious but grew out of it, specifically. Like, maybe had some parents that were like a bit more like hardcore Catholics, and he just had to, you know, baby bird had to fly away from the nest at some point. And then also, Star Wolf is probably down here. Notice that like the mercenaries and bounty hunters are kind of falling into the night. I think there's a good duality to this particular tier. You got like your mercenary bounty hunters, and then you have two space gods, essentially. This is very funny to me. I feel like Captain Falcon would be somewhere in this range. Either born again or agnostic or indifferent. I'm gonna put him at agnostic or indifferent. Strikes me as the type who's like just so like in his zone with his particular field that he doesn't really care for much of anything outside of it. Like nothing really tickles the brain like the racing does for him. The Mii fighters are all going down here, except for Mii sword fighter, Mii gunner are down here because they're abominations to God. However, Me Fighter has some born-again Christian vibes to him, in my opinion. What a Smash tier list placing them at the various branches of the Tree of Life would be like. Let's save that for the next time that I decide to do a to do a variety of Smash Brothers tier lists. Mario, have you heard the word of the dear Lord Jesus Christ? Actually, not quite street. She'll be at the bottom. At least of the three I have on here so far. Definitely strikes me as a zealot, but not quite to the level that these two are. Ike, again, being part of that, you know, mercenary, like, type field is gonna be down there. Splatoon Kid is agnostic or indifferent. Because they are both a squid who has no concept of religion, and also a kid who barely has a concept of what religion means. Ice climbers, you'll have to explain. Traditional, like, Catholic, like, husband and wife duo who, like, stay married until one of the two of them die, despite numerous problems happening throughout their, like, relationship together. Like, they are definitely beyond just, like, born-again Christians to me. That's my explanation, at least. If anyone has counterpoints, I'm open. If I could learn how to speak, that'd be great. I almost busted into Oppa Gangnam Style. You are also an abomination. Villager goes down there. Who to next? Oh yeah, I've been listening to the No More Heroes soundtrack, and it's alright. Isn't really doing anything that super strikes my fancy. It's probably around that same level as like Killer 7. What are we looking at? Oh, Irisu syndrome. So I have a friend who really vouches for that game, and I know I should probably play it at some point. However, I need to listen to the soundtrack, see how that sticks with me. And while we listen to that, back to the Smash Brothers characters. Yep. Ganondorf is also a Fedora atheist. Probably a little bit more... we'll say like there-ish. What else do we have here? I'm already really vibing with the soundtrack. I like this quite a bit. Dr. Mario... raised religious but grew out of it, we'll say. Like, you're there and you're probably like... yeah, you strike me as the type, Dr. Mario, that, you know, your parents went to church like maybe once every Grew out of it by starting his own cult. No, not quite there. Just like the kind who, like, parents were religious but didn't really, like, weren't super devout. Kind of like a Simpsons, like, level of religious, where, like, you know, they went to church. They weren't, like, you know, trying to follow the tenets, like, every moment of their life. And then Mario just, he went into med school and he just kind of forgot about it, you know? So that's where you fall for me, Mr. Mario. Dr. Mario, that is. Mario, though. Normal Mario is a born-again Christian. And he's a born-again Christian because he wanted to get with Peach. Normal Mario is actually the dark timeline of Dr. Mario. Instead of, you know, kind of growing out of it and, you know, getting his medical license and just trying to help people. Normal Mario, he bounced back into it out of, you know, don't want to say nefarious, but, you know, for motivations. Like, one of those types of situations where, like, her family was like, I'm not letting you marry some person that ain't really into Jesus now. You better make sure that you're dating yourself a fine Christian boy. And thus, I think that's where he is. As such, Luigi is also probably about there. I don't feel like... And because Luigi is gay, he definitely grew out of it. Like, he hit a certain point where he was like, oh shit. Yeah, I can't vibe with this anymore. This community that I'm in is not gonna be supportive of me, so I'm just gonna find my own way. Daisy, though. Daisy doesn't really give a shit. She don't care. She's like... She's around Solid Snake in terms of, like... In terms of caring about the concept of God. She's got a kingdom to run, that's all she really cares about. She's a businesswoman. Let's see. What else do we have? I really like this soundtrack. Also, I'm gonna say right now. I extremely fuck with the vibes of Irisu Syndrome. Like, that's actually... It's probably like up here-ish. Just off first impressions, I really like the Irisu Syndrome soundtrack. What does F0X sound like? Because I know they got good songs in there, but I don't remember a ton of it. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, now we're talking. We're rocking in a free world. Free world, not free world. Piranha Plant goes in this category of, like, not even being able to really conceptualize the idea of God. Lucario strikes me as a more chill version of Mewtwo. So, like, doesn't necessarily believe in God, but isn't the type to really rub it into your face. So, like, probably about there to me. What else do we have here to work with? I mean, Sora. Where do you go, Sora? Where do you go, Sora? Were you raised religious and grew out of it? Are you a religious zealot? In a sense, you're a religious zealot for the mouse, but we're talking about Jesus Christ here. Let's say raised religious and grew out of it. Except instead of doing something productive, like getting your medical degree, he went ahead and just became a Disney adult. Not to say that a lot of Disney adults aren't probably born-again Christians, but you didn't hear that from me. Byleth is definitely going down here as well, in my opinion, for God is Dead. Especially since they kind of house the incarnation of like a weird, like, god of, like, time god. Spoilers, sorry. Sorry if you haven't played through all of Fire Emblem Three Houses, but spoilers. What else here? What have we got? I mean, the other Pokemon, like, we're going through, like, Squirtle, Charizard, Ivysaur. I don't feel like they have any understanding of God. We're just talking about, like, real basic-ass Pokemon. The only one that I'm going to put in anywhere near religion is Incineroar, but only because there's a lot of... just because of how many, like, religious people I know of in wrestling, I'm just gonna assume that Incineroar is religious. Just because he got into the wrestling scene. Probably put him, like, there. No, Rafidi, you're not wrong. I just don't want to... I want to try and get as many of them into, like, a specific category as I can. God, Greninja. I almost forgot this character's name for a second. You strike me as... Nah, even if you're religious, you're probably in, like, agnostic or indifferent. You don't really care. Jigglypuff. Yeah, same. Are there any other easy Pokemon that I could just put there? I mean, not Pokemon, but the Duck Hunt dog, I don't think is gonna go in anywhere religious. Ness definitely raised religious and grew out of it. He's in the same category as Diddy Kong, but even more so, because he saw some shit that probably really fucked with his concept of faith in any kind of god that exists. Yeah, you're also striking me somewhere in there. Only because I know literally next to nothing about the Xenoblade characters. Like, at least some of these other characters I can kind of bullshit my way through. Xenoblade is like a complete, like, mystery to me. gotta say, you're there and you're... Nah, you're raised religious but grew out of it. Nah, you're agnostic. Like, I can't even commit to any of those. That's actually a very good point, Wafidi. So here's the one counter argument I have for that is, for me, the ones who like fall into like the nihilistic category, like just the flat out God is dead, I feel like they were just never religious in the first place. Now, you get to raise religious and grew out of it, you could definitely end up like being there and eventually reaching a point where you like are just a pure atheist, as I imagine someone like Ness would be after his consciousness like getting stuck inside of a robot. So like I would say he falls more up here. Like, he strikes me as like a sweet Christian boy that went through some trauma and was just like, nah, yeah, I don't believe in this anymore. I still believe in the goodness of mankind, but God is not real. Let's see. No, I've played 0 of the Xenoblade games. Xenoblade, Xenogears. Ain't touched none of it. Don't know nothing about it. The Wii Fit trainer is gonna go down here, and God is dead and I killed him. Like, in that same, like, villager kind of range of, like, there's some weird level of abomination to you where I just don't feel comfortable with your existence. with you. You strike me as the type that would, like, kill a god if given the option. Like, you don't even have a soul or nothing. Look at those eyes. Look at them. Wait, I fucked it up. There we go. Look at him. Do not trust this little man here. Oh, come on. I zoomed out a little bit too much. There we go. Of what we have left, where are y'all fallen? Robin strikes me as a fedora atheist, I think. Like, probably about there. I don't really have any good reasons why, but they just do to me. Oh god, there's so many Fire Emblems. There's so many characters, really. I think I need to take a step away from the Smash Bros. Religion one for a second here. What was this? This was F-Zero X that I'm listening to. Where is it? F-Zero. Where did you go? Where is it? What the heck? I've completely lost where F-Zero X was. Oh, there it is. Found it. You're alright. You're like there-ish. F-Zero. I got nothing against your music. However, what is the next one that I want to look at here? Oh yeah, actually, let me go through a few more that I feel like I remember the music of pretty well. DDR, I'm just gonna consider this for like DDR Bamani stuff in general. And gonna put it in the A tier. Like, Konami, that, like, division of Konami, just, they got good folks on there. Make a lot of good music for all of their rhythm games. And as such, I feel like they definitely deserve to be in, like, either A tier or S tier. Like, regardless of the consistency of their quality, they are just across the board good. Let's see. Oh, Mario Kart 8. That's another one that I actually know the soundtrack of pretty well, and that's... Mario Kart 8 music is real fucking good. Oh, Sekiro is another one that I have actually played. It's in that same Dark Souls range where it's got really good stuff in it, but like none of it really sticks with me like other soundtracks do. I mean, I feel like there's definitely like a fair deal of blank spots on here. Like the fact that they only have like one DDR soundtrack as opposed to like all the different like Bamani soundtracks that have come out over the years. Like that kind of strikes me as one of those obvious ones that like they should have gotten on there, but you know. It's not a perfect list. Sonic Mania is pretty good. There's one thing that I can never fully fault Sonic for, it's their music. I need... Actually, hold on a second. I need to find new music to put on, speaking of. What to put on? What does One Shot sound like? That's another one of those games that I want to play at some point, but just haven't ever gotten to. So let's hear One Shot. And then while that's going, I'm gonna continue to look through these and see if there's any other standouts to me that I've skipped. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 2's pretty good. Metal Gear Solid 4, I don't remember as well. It's probably down here, I feel like. Like, at least above those. And then Metal Gear Solid 1. Pretty good, but it's like down here, down like there, I think. Wait, where did Metal Gear Solid? I mean, there's 5. 5 is another one that I think I'll put down here. Like, it's a lot of just licensed songs and then also some orchestral stuff, but like, it's orchestral video game music. Like, there's nothing too fancy about it. Like, not just orchestral like video game music, orchestral military video game music, so it's like, okay, I get it. I get what you're putting down, but it does not do much for me. Super Metroid... Oh, if Bree saw where I was gonna put it, she would probably be very mad at me. Super Metroid probably... Super Metroid probably goes down there, if I'm really thinking about it. Hey Magumbo, welcome to the stream. my name's Abaddon, but you can call me Abby. Happy to meet ya. Let's keep looking. I mean, Parappa the Rappa is very good. It's like an bottom of A tier for me. It's all in the mind. There's Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 is... might actually be up in S tier. It's like top of A, bottom of S. I think of all the Metal Gear Solid games, it probably has the best soundtrack. I don't know if it quite cuts into S for me, but it is still very good. Oh god. The Metroid 1 soundtrack is probably like down there. I'm trying to even think if I can remember much of it. Like, Metroid really did not fully realize its aesthetic until Super Metroid. Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is gonna be pretty high up there in my opinion. Like, there are so many damn iconic songs on that soundtrack, but it's like the bottom of S tier in my opinion. Really good, but not that good. You'd put NES Metroid higher? 1 second here. Hold on a moment. YouTube. I'm gonna reassess it. I feel like I've heard some of the Metroid soundtrack, but probably not enough. Metroid OST. Yes, the original one. The lack of Street Fighter 3, I didn't think about that until right now, but yeah, that is a very weird omission. Because I would say that is definitely better than 2, in my opinion. Life is Strange. I feel like Life is Strange fell into this category of having a lot of licensed songs, but not really doing much of interest with it. Like, Life is Strange is probably, like, between these two. Actually, I think I would switch those. Because when I think about it, there are some moments in Phantom Pain that do have really good music to them. Yeah, I don't know. I still feel pretty confident with having the original Metroid down at D tier. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the original Metroid where it is. I know I didn't listen to a lot of it, but like, And also, to be fair to it, I feel like I would also put the original Mario Brothers down there. Mario Bros. OST. Or, no, Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Brothers 1 OST. That might get it. That gets it a little bit higher up. Like, I think it's still gonna stick down in D tier for me, but you do have a point, Magumbo. It at least has, like, very memorable melodies to it. Super Mario Odyssey is pretty good. Not my favorite of the modern Mario soundtracks, but it's good. It's like... it's like there, I think. Yeah, stronger songs deeper in, for sure. And that is fair, like, Super Mario Brothers, everyone fucking knows that music. Oh yeah, here's one to go into the who cares. It's fucking Skyrim, who gives a shit about the music in Skyrim? Okay, back to one shot. If I want to be mean, I'm gonna do that with a couple more things. Who fucking cares about the Jak and Daxter soundtrack? Who gives a shit about the Jak 2 soundtrack? I need to scan through these, make sure there aren't any particular exceptions to these. Octopath Traveler, Okami. Who gives a shit about the Ratchet and Clank soundtrack? Xenogears, no. BioShock, I feel like I feel okay putting that up there. Apex Legends, also. Don't Cry, Dragon Age Origins. In fact, Mass Effect 2 is on here as well. Don't get me wrong, there's some okay stuff in Mass Effect 2, but who cares? I know I don't. Sims 2, you're also going in there. I don't know why you're on this list. Dragon Age Inquisition, you too. Get out of here. And so are the other Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion. Oh, wait, there's another Sims game. Guess where it's going? Right there. I don't want to be mean to this game because it's cute, but, like, I don't feel like anyone's probably playing Overcooked for its soundtrack. Well, you say that, Wafidi, but also there's all of the Final Fantasy games, all of the Zelda games are on this list. Like, there's some Sims that who cares. For the soundtrack, I don't really care. Like, I gotta be honest, I've never been a, like, Sims person, like, just simulator games in general person. So that's always been out of my wheelhouse, and I can't imagine the soundtrack is anything that I would be like, oh yeah, that's okay, or at like best too. Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if you were joking or not from that. Let's see. Any other wild indifference choices here? Oh, World of Warcraft. Who fucking cares? It's elevator music at best, for sure. I kind of figured that with it. Sonic the Hedgehog. Solid. Sonic the Hedgehog is solid video game music. That's like a... like bottom of B tier. I'll give Sonic the Hedgehog that much. Especially for, like, considering that is just kind of a blanket for those early Genesis Sonic games. Minecraft is probably around the same. It's like there-ish. Like, I've never been deep into Minecraft, but I've heard like some of the songs from it, and it's got really good ambience to it at times. Listening to One Shot, it's alright. I think it probably falls into that same area, but like around there. It's got good ambience to it, but it's not hitting me in the way that something like Irisu Syndrome was from like the brief couple of tracks I heard from it. Any other immediate standouts? I mean, I like Resident Evil 2, but it's definitely going in the who cares category. At least for me. Like, I think it might be one of those games that's so effective, like, at its general horror atmosphere that you don't really notice the music in it that much. You're kind of just too in the experience of, like, trying to get out of this situation to really get that from it, if that makes any sense. Oh my god. Please, that song is so bad. That's like bad wrestling music level music. Star Fox. Star Fox is like... Star Fox is like there, I think. Like, I enjoy the Star Fox music, but it's never been anything that really gets to me. Important sarcastic question. Where is the Ring Terror's Realm bop in this? Oh my god. Oh no. Hold on. I need to let me go ahead and give it a re-listen. Hold on one moment here. Ring Terror's Realm OST. Which one is that? That's not the one. There it is. All right, let's go ahead and sit with this for a moment. See how we really feel about it. For all I know, it just might not have clicked in the moment when I've ever played this game. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 This is from The Ring, Terror's Realm. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It sounds like what we have playing all the time in Hell. So, like, that makes sense. That's a pretty good one. I would put that on the list if I could. Now here's a good one. Helix. I've never listened to the Helix soundtrack, but I'm certainly curious to know what it sounds like. All right. And to help me take a break from the religion tier list, we're gonna go to a man who has a special place in hell waiting for him. Mr. Jeremy Albertson. We're gonna rank some of his faces here. And we're gonna make sure we get a nice zoom in on there so we can really just take in what's going on with this man's face. So, where do we begin for Mr. Jeremy here? So first of all, my eyes immediately gravitated towards this, and it's real bad. However, it's real bad in an amazing way. This guy is a streamer. He plays video games on the internet. Much like I will someday do. However, he makes terrible faces from... One of them is Willem Dafoe. Yep. There's my favorite Germa face right there. Okay, alright. How do I recover from this? I don't know. That looks similar. He was getting really into the role in this one, you know? But what are some bad... Oh, that is a bad one. That's one that I just don't like there. Oh my god. Okay. This is terrible. This is equally terrible. Actually, worse in its ranking of terrible. I don't like this man either, but he seems to be gravitating more towards the very funny. No, yeah, don't you remember Jeremy Albertson in his famous role in Spider-Man 1? Well, are you in or are you out, Spider-Man? Join me, Spider-Man! God. You know, I'm somewhat of a streamer myself there, Peter. Sorry, I'm just looking at this buffet of terrible faces, and each one is better than the last. Well, that one's going there. This is like a C. There's nothing special about that one. He's just kind of sitting there. This one's about there. That one's awful. I'm not a fan of bald Willem Dafoe. This one's also pretty low for a Germa face. Are there any other ones I would consider just kind of bad or normal? Yeah, that one. That one's a little bit lower. Like, actually, you know what? I think I would swap these two. This one looks a little bit more unpleasant than this one does. This one... I feel like I'm looking at a receding... if we have this in a certain way, we're just watching a man slowly lose his hair. Like, he starts with like, oh yeah, he's got a pretty decent head of hair there. And here it's like, oh, you're kind of losing it. Oh, it's really going, oh no, oh buddy. All right. I don't even know how to move on from that. Let's see, where are other... Oh man, that's real bad. I don't like Germa feeling himself up like that. That's unpleasant. This one is like there. The McChicken face is up in S tier. The lips is up in S tier. This face. I think this is the one that I keep looking at every once in a while and breaking out into laughter. It's so good. I wish I had the power to do that to my face, but that's how high of a demonic level this man is working with. That he can do this, and I'm not even close to capable of that. Also, this soundtrack is fine. Oh god, I zoomed in way too much. Where'd it go? Where's Hylix 1? There it is. This is okay. It's like... It's below Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's at least interesting with what it's doing. Now, with that, I'm curious how Hylix 2 sounds. Uh-huh. Alright, I'm vibing with this a little bit more. This... Man, there's more bad Germa faces than there are good ones. This one, though, is pretty good. It's like there. Actually, you know what? That one's down at B. It's good, but it's not there. This one, though, is pretty high up there. We'll say it's about there. There's something about that smile and that bald head. I like this music. I'm kind of fucking with it. Like, there's a fun, rambling quality to it to me. I don't like this cum face here, though. This is unpleasant. This one's like down here. Like right about there. It kind of fucks with the pattern that I had going of him like slowly losing his hair, but well, it doesn't fully break it. Those are about the same level. God, that's a bad one. That's a real bad one. That one's probably like... That one might actually be at the bottom. Because that's not even photoshopped. That's just how he looked in that moment. This one's up here. And in fact, the other weird doll-like ones are also up at B. That one. This one's a lesser version of it. I think it goes below that. Or, nah. It's right there. Got a little bit of separation between these two, you know. Important to divvy those things up. That's like there. This thing. I like that one a lot. This music with what I'm doing is really what makes it. In fact, I feel like I can make... I haven't gotten far into the soundtrack, but I feel like I can make a fair judgment at this point. It's gotta be like... Ah, God damn it, I keep needing to zoom back out. Hylix 2. It's better than 1. It's probably like... Like, I kind of really like this soundtrack. It's a little bit more sparse than I tend to prefer. But it's pretty good. I like the vibes from it. What else do we have here? We got a Rudy Tooty Cowboy here. I'm gonna make another, like, who cares choice and put Twisted Metal in there, because who really gives a shit? Kingdom Hearts is... like... there. Kingdom Hearts is there. And I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably like a little bit higher than that. Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably... it's like at the bottom of A tier. Oh, for sure. I didn't even know that Rob Zombie was ever involved with the soundtrack in those games. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the only one that I think like kind of falls into C. Like there's definitely good songs in there, but not as much. Like it's down there-ish. Didn't they all have Dragula? Oh. Dig through ditches, burn through witches, slam in the magma, Dragula. Ow. Oh, that hurt. Nah, actually, I'm okay, I promise. Let's listen to the Halo soundtrack. Oh no, Dragula is great. I also just like absolutely making fun of it. Exactly, Evie. See, I feel like Halo is gonna be pretty high for me. The Ape Escape soundtrack is pretty good. It's like in that Banjo-Kazooie range. Where it is firmly solid. Devil May Cry 5. I played that somewhat recently and it's good. But I don't feel like there's a lot of standout tracks on it. In fact, actually, I'm gonna put that... let's say that you're in that same range, where there's like a song or two that fucking rip on it, but I don't feel like there's a ton on there that really stuck with me. For sure, Wafidi. I'm sure we'll get around to the rest of those, Ape Escape games at some point. I feel like Resident Evil 4 is another one that pretty firmly goes into the who cares category. Same kind of with Destiny. I don't feel like there is anything in Destiny that I can recall. And I played a decent amount of time of that video game. Super Mario RPG. It's got pretty good music to me. It's like a B. I haven't even played all the way through Super Mario RPG, but it's got good tracks on it. And honestly, from what I'm recalling of Halo, just going off of what I'm listening to right now, I'm gonna put in the Kingdom Hearts range, Kingdom Hearts 1 range, because it was around that same time that I got into both of those games separately, and those soundtracks definitely, like, still resonate with me. You don't remember the Paul McCartney track, Hope for the Future from Video Game Destiny? No, I 100% forgot about that. See, Magumbo, the Cuphead soundtrack is good. And I am a jazz person, like I really enjoy, like, jazz. I'm not as big on big band jazz, though. I prefer more, like, simple, small groups when it comes to that stuff. So, like, I can admit that the music in it is good. It just doesn't strike me as much as it did a lot of other people. Okay, John Halo. You've gotten your time to shine, John Halo. Now it's time to listen to... What are we gonna listen to? God, there's gotta be a lot of Final Fantasy to get through. I guess here's the one thing I'll say. I'll listen to some of the music from like one of the older Final Fantasy games, and all of them will just kind of gravitate around that. Because it's Uematsu, the dude does good music. And I feel like if I get a general vibe of how I feel towards his compositions, then I'll figure out where on the tier list all those soundtracks would go. Final Fantasy... Let's say Final Fantasy VI. And we're gonna say the final boss music. Because I feel like that's one of those really big ones that everyone points to as like one of the best video game songs ever. But this is Dancing Mad from Final Fantasy VI. Exactly. Time for the 18-minute prog song here. Pokemon. If we're talking like original Pokemon, that's like... That's gonna be in the same range, and I'm just gonna... To save us all some trouble, I'm just gonna put all the Pokemon games around there, because much like with Final Fantasy, they generally tend to have the same vibe to them. Or at least I'm making the assumption that they all tend to have the same vibe to them. And as such, we're just gonna assume that they all roughly sound like that. And are of the same quality. Moon, Pokemon Black. Any other Pokemans? Or is that it? Yeah, this is pretty good. Super Meat Boy is another one that's going in the Who Cares. I certainly do not give it the shit in regards to the Super Meat Boy soundtrack. Donkey Kong Country is going... It's going like down there. It's good. It's good. There's not a lot about it that, like... There aren't like a strong amount of tracks that I feel like stick with me, but I know enough about that soundtrack that I know that it's pretty good. Now, Donkey Kong Country 2 is gonna go a little bit higher, but just because it has a Sticker Brush Symphony in it. And that puts it in like this general like vibes area here with like Minecraft and Umurangi Generation. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is definitely also like a vibes soundtrack. Where did I have Hylix 1? That's where Hylix 1 was. It's like... Yeah, Breath of the Wild has very ambient music. Like, it's extremely sparse, and there's a lot about it that I do like, but because it is so sparse, I don't feel right having it at super high on my list. Like, it's probably about... It's probably like there. Which, actually, I need to rearrange that a little bit. It's like around there, I would say. Also, yeah, this song is pretty good so far. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. I want to get to the part where, like, the prog song kicks in. See how I feel about it. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now we're moving. Where would I put this? It's definitely an A tier. It's like there. That's gonna be like probably heretical. If like someone who actually knows like the Final Fantasy like soundtrack was coming into this stream and saw this, they would have a fucking conniption. Like, this bitch is putting Final Fantasy VI at just the bottom of A? How dare you? Alright, and as a result of that, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all of the Final Fantasy games like at the bottom of A tier. I've even played Final Fantasy VII, but I couldn't tell you about any of the music in it. I know it was decent. However. Oh wait, which one of the Final Fantasy 13 games was the one that had so you want to ride this chocobo in it? I need to know, because that one's going up to S tier. 1 second. So you want to ride this chocobo. Or so you think you can ride this chocobo. Oh god, it's so good. Alright, it's this one. This one's going up to S tier. Fucking Bob. Oh, it's so good. Everyone jam out. Pull out your dancing shmormoos. Hold on a second here. Oh, it's so good. Want to be a trailblazer. If there's another Final Fantasy. Ah, this chocobo. Final Fantasy 14 is also actually gonna go up more towards the top, I've had a friend who showed me like some of the songs from it, and that it seems real fucking dope. Oh god, so good. I fucking love that stupid, stupid song. Alright, oh, here's a game that I've actually played. Oh wait, no, not Link to the Past. I meant to grab Ocarina of Time. Which, that's another, like, hypey. I really like the Ocarina of Time soundtrack. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's my top 5 so far. I'll need to reconsider once I start, like, properly ordering the stuff more towards the top of the tier. But I really, really love the Transistor soundtrack. Like, there's just something about that one that really got to me. Rhythm Heaven, I'm aware of enough of it to know that I really, really like it. And it'd probably be around, like, there-ish. Famous rock band here in Brazil in the 90s that made great funny lyrics, and there's one where it's heavy metal, like, with random English words, and it reminded me of that, for sure. Soundtrack is why the Transistor is my favorite of that guy's games. Yeah, there's a lot about Transistor that really sticks with me, but that soundtrack is a big part of it. Grim Fandango. I don't feel like I've ever heard anyone talking about the soundtrack in particular of that game as being noteworthy, so I'm gonna give that one a shot here. Alright. Yeah, honestly, I would probably say, I know I was kind of talking a little bit of shit about big band stuff like earlier on with Cuphead, but like the vibes in this get me a bit more. And I think that takes it a bit higher, like probably around like there. At the very least, just going off of that song alone. Let's see. You know, Overwatch is a bit more noteworthy than Who Cares, but not by much. It's probably like at least above Diablo 2. Like, I played enough Overwatch when that game first came out that, like, there's definitely still bits of pieces of things in that game that are in my head. Metroid Fusion. Let me pull up Metroid Fusion here. But no, yeah, that is a very, very good soundtrack. Metroid Fusion soundtrack. OST? Yep, sure, that's how I meant to type that out. Okay. I'm just kind of scanning through this one to see how the general ambience in this one compares to, like, what I remember as Super Metroid. I feel like I'd probably put that, like, a little bit lower than Super Metroid. Because, yeah, probably about there. Let's say like that. Sure, we'll say like that. Stardew Valley. I got no clue what that soundtrack is about. Stardew Valley OST. What do you sound like? Full original high quality soundtrack. Is there anything else in here that sticks out to me? See, I'm gonna say Mega Man, but this is gonna be for Mega Man 2, and that's like up in S tier. That is... It's like there, we'll say. Really works well in the game, but I'm inclined to be like, who cares? Yeah, at the very least, just listening to this specific song, I feel like I'm getting more of that vibe from it. Like, it's definitely nice vibes. I do not mind it at all. But it doesn't feel like super noteworthy vibes compared to other stuff on this list. So I feel like I am siding with you there, Evie, and gonna say that's gonna go into who cares. How about Hollow Knight? That's one that'll probably be a bit more difficult for me to see where I put it exactly, so that can give me some time to go back to the other tier lists. So we were going through Germa faces. So last we left the Germa faces, this is what we were looking at. That's a pretty good pog. Gonna put that there. That's a terrible one. That's like Cloudface F tier. Oh, I think that's his best pog. I like the Germa Clownface. I'm a pretty big fan of that one. Stalker, Deep Fried Jeremy. I'm big on. I'll say that's like there. This one is just a bit too intense for me. It's like there, we'll say. Like, I think they might have fully like compressed his face with Willem Dafoe's in this one. Like, let's compare and contrast here for a second again. He's like a Willem Dafoe impersonator, really. This one just looks sad. I think that's gonna be where that one lives. This one's actually relatively normal, so we'll say that. Sad song for sad Germa face. Just zoom in on that. No, I can't zoom in anymore. Can I open that image in a new tab? No, damn it. I want to just open that specific image in a new tab and zoom in really close on it. That's too much work for me to bother with. Jorma Stash. Don't like that one. Which one of these is more embarrassing? Cupping your own breasts in public, or doing the nya pose? I mean, actually, I think I like this more than any of those in there. That was actually a pretty easy question, not difficult in the slightest. Fan of that one. This one's just kind of whatever. We'll say like there. Then this one is there. There. Easy. We got our Germa faces. What soundtrack? I was listening to Hollow Knight. So back to the video game music. Oh god, zoomed in again. No, zoomed out too much. Hollow Knight definitely seems like good vibes. I'm gonna say like there, high in B tier. Oh, there's a Pokemon game that I forgot to place with the rest of them. Yep, God of War, you are going down there. Who cares about God of War? God of War. Who gives a shit about God of War? I certainly don't myself. I'm gonna be mean and say I feel the same way about Red Dead Redemption and Last of Us. Like, who cares? See, they do all sound the same, but I think that's why I just have them all sitting like around here in B tier, because I know I like these. I know I like the soundtracks for these three. So if these are all just variations on that, I'm sure if I listen to it, I would like pick out my own little quirks and things in those soundtracks that I enjoy. Untitled Goose Game, I feel like that game did not have much of an actual soundtrack. Untitled Goose Game OST. Yeah, it's 16 minutes of music. Oh, I'll be more kind to it than that. It's gonna be... It's like around the Hylix area. Now that I'm hearing it again, I'm remembering kind of what the vibe with it was, and I did like it. But it wasn't like my favorite kind of vibes. What even Lone Survivor the Director's Cut? What fucking video game even is that? Oh, okay. Gonna be all like low-key jazz, I assume, like that. Okay. Okay. I get more why this is on here. This is... This seems like decent vibes. Like, I don't know that's... Like, it sounds like kind of... I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, but it sounds like... like a indie music, like, demo disc that you would get that has, like, just a bunch of, like, different artists on it. And nothing about it is, like, super amazing, but it's fine. This is from Lone Survivor. Literally never heard of this video game before I saw this tier list. I like it, but it doesn't 100% click with me. Fez OST. Who did that soundtrack again? Disaster piece, yep. Like, it's disaster piece, so it's good. It's like there. And Hyperlight Drifter is also a disaster piece soundtrack, so I remember some of it, and it definitely has good shit in it, so it's gonna go in the same range. Super Smash Bros. Wii. Do I put it in Who Cares, or do I put it into B tier? Because that's kind of where it's gonna be, is like, I do appreciate some of the soundtrack to Smash Brothers, but it is just kind of a whole bunch of different video game music. Let's say it's like up here. Let's say it's like that. Just below Parappa. Still very good, but not the utmost amazing. God, video games have a lot of music in them, don't they? Devil May Cry OST. I can't hear the song over you shooting! What? It's like a mix of like some hype stuff, but not a ton. Where did I have DMC5? That's where it was. That was like bottom of B tier. So I'll say this is like there. How about Dark Cloud 2? Where does Dark Cloud 2 fall? I feel like I've heard good things about Dark Cloud 2, but I've never bothered really diving into it before. Dark Cloud 2 soundtrack. While we're waiting on that... What? Get this shit out of here. Play me the Dark Cloud 2. Alright. No, that's the war criminal one. Alright. Now back to what the real topic of this was. Christianity and Smash Brothers. So... Mega Man is probably in God is Dead. Like... Or maybe No, Dr. Light probably wasn't very religious. Considering he was a scientist and literally created life himself. He's probably not very religious. So we're gonna say that Mega Man is like low, at the bottom of God is Dead. Like he's not super nihilistic, he's just very much aware of the fact like, yeah, it's fucked up. I got a soul put into me. But somehow, don't ask me how it worked, but it did. Or does Mega Man have a soul? Does anyone know? And here's where we get into a little bit of fun stuff. So I really don't, with this, really, it's like more with this whole stretch of characters here. I got no clue what to do with them. Sheik is probably in God is Dead. Like... around there. Which actually, let me arrange this a bit. I feel like Starwolf is there. Yeah, that feels like a good gradient. Link, I guess really if you think about it, all the links are definitely gonna be an agnostic or indifferent. Damn it, you're right. Whoever said it earlier, I think it was Lafiti, whoever said earlier that all the Nintendo characters kind of just end up falling into that area were right. Damn it. Zelda... raised religious but grew out of it. I can definitely feel strongly for her. Especially when you consider, like, Sheik as a character, as like an alternate side of her. Terry Bogard. Terry Bogard would be... Terry Bogard is probably like there. I don't think Terry Bogard gives a shit about God. Probably thinks God is dead. But he's pretty chill about it. Like, he's vibes. Atheistic vibes. The Fire Emblem God, what the fuck do I do with you for? I guess these two here, Crom and Lucina, are gonna be those interdependent ones where, like, as the dad, Crom kind of ends up deciding where Lucina falls. Lucina is probably God is dead, since she's a lesbian. And Crom is probably, you know, a bit religious. She probably grew a bit distant from it. Although I guess that would fall into raised religious but grew out of it. Damn it. Makes it all too difficult. Let's say you're there. Crom. Yeah, you're a monarch. You're probably a street preacher, like religious zealot, I would say for you, Crom. I fight for my god. I know that's a different character, but I just wanted to say that. I don't know what it is about Marth, but I think he strikes me as like the really fervent religious zealot. Roy strikes me as being indifferent. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is a born-again Christian. Don't know why, but he is. Guess it kind of falls into like the wrestling thing that Incineroar is on there for, which I'll probably have Incineroar a little bit higher. Pokemon trainer. Is similar, is in that same range. You know. Nihilistic, but chill about it. Which actually, let me... There we go. The ranking of chill about being a nihilist. Mega Man, not very chill. Or, actually, Pokemon Trainer, very not chill. Mega Man, kinda not chill. Terry Bogard, very chill. Persona 5 protagonist is down here. Probably about there. He is a hell of a guy, Magumbo. There ain't nothing I can take away from Donkey Kong. Yeah, sorry K. Rule, but you're a Fedora atheist. And you're probably a really obnoxious one, too. However, Ridley is like there. Yeah. That seems appropriate. King Day-to-Day don't give a shit. King Day-to-Day care about being King Day-to-Day. Banjo and Kazooie were raised religious and grew out of it, we'll say. You know, they were friends, went to church together. Banjo-Kazooie is T for T. Actually, raised religious and then turned into a T for T couple. And we'll say they're like there-ish. Yoshi, definitely an agnostic or indifferent. Where are you, Shulk? For some reason, you strike me as being up on the religious side of things. But I don't know where you fall. I feel like you're somewhere in here. That's very fair, Wafidi. After you see a literal zombie like come out of the ground, I don't think you're religious for much longer. Yeah, we're gonna say there. Pac-Man is in God is Dead. Literally had like a disembodied entity like controlling him around and torturing him in Pac-Man 2. I cannot see someone believing in a god after literally seeing whatever it is that Pac-Man saw during that adventure. Feel like Dragon Quest Kid is also up there. Don't have a great motivation for it, but he's just going up there. Wario is agnostic or indifferent. All Wario cares about is money and farting. He could not give less a shit about anything else. Omar is around here as well. Dude has been to space. I don't feel like you can spend much time in space, like just trying to conceive of the vastness of it without coming away an atheist. Ooh, that's a very fair point, Wafidi. He probably does go down here. He's probably at like the top of it though. Which actually, I need to rework this. I was doing it backwards, so we gotta reverse this a little bit. Because I'm essentially ranking them like each one is like at the height of like their specific category. He's too happy. Born Again vibes though? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could see it. Like, when you consider where Isabel is, that does make sense. That's the thing, I think I was bouncing between those two, like either being at the bottom or here. Oh, that's conflicting. That's a hard one to parse there. My heart says that Pac-Man goes into Born Again. Again, very chill about it though. In the same way that Isabel is like the sweet religious person that you know that actually like tries to follow the tenets of just generally treating your fellow human beings kindly. That seems like Pac-Man to me too. Yeah, you're... Little Mac, you are... Little Mac, you're born again Christian. You're going in the same range as here. You've had a long boxing career. You've probably like had a lot of real low lows in your life. And as a result, you've probably had to go into rehab a bunch of times and find Jesus over and over again. So I'm gonna say you're like right about there. Lucas. Lucas is... Where do you go? Where do you go, Lucas? You're another one that's like either in the God is Dead category or like raised religious and grew out of it. No, yeah, you know what? You're probably in a similar range as like Ness. Yeah. Yep, yeah, that's how I feel about that one. I found out today I feel strongly about Pac-Man under the surface, Nietzscheism. Corin, I know nothing about the game that you're from, Corin, I gotta be honest. Then... Min Min, you're probably indifferent, I feel. Also, I've listened to the Dark Cloud 2 soundtrack. It seems fine. It's like... there. Nothing super standout about it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put these other Mario soundtracks like at the bottom of B tier. Like, I bet I would probably like them, but I doubt there's gonna be anything that really sticks out about them. Oh no, yeah, I've heard tell, Magumbo. Oh, I think before I ever played Mother 3, a friend of mine like kind of walked me through the inspirations of that game. Particularly, it was Brothers Karnov, right? I'm pretty sure that's the one that's supposed to be based on. Legend of Zelda... I'm gonna... Just to streamline this a little bit, I'm also gonna put the Legend of Zelda soundtracks, like, at the bottom of B tier. Because I'm sure I would listen to them and be like, damn, that's pretty good. Alright. Anyways, see you later. Oh my god, there's so many video games. Alright, I need to take into consideration some of these and see, you know, Portal? Oh, it was the Notebook was the one that's based off of, right? Yeah, sorry Portal, you're good, but I don't think the soundtrack is gonna be what I go to you for. Same with you, Fallout. Probably the same with you, Half-Life. And probably the same with you, Metal Gear. The original Metal Gear. SSX Tricky is probably also gonna fall into the same place that like these ones fall into. Like, it's a licensed game soundtrack. There's parts of it. I'll put it a little bit higher because it at least does more of the like Tony Hawk thing of really nailing that particular vibe. What else do we got here? Parasite Eve. I don't feel like I ever hear anyone talk about Parasite Eve OST. Oh, it is a Yoko Shimomura joint. So that probably is pretty good. Yeah, I'm vibing with it. It's from this brief sample. You know, we're gonna start doing lightning rounds. Okami. I once again, as always, underestimate just how long these kinds of streams can go on for. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wait, too low. There we go. Yeah, I fuck with this. Let's say it's like around there. Actually, there. Night in the Metroid Prime, actually. I'm trying to remember what the Metroid Prime soundtrack sounds like. I know it probably has some really good vibes to it, but I do not remember off the top of my head. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's starting to come back to me a little bit. Like, I think it's still gonna be down in like C tier. But it's like there. So we're doing that. Dragon Guard 3. I'm gonna put that up with like where the original Nier is on here. Because Dragon Guard 3 has that final boss music, which is so good. Dragon Guard 3 final song. Like, this song is so good. Shovel Knight. See, if I were being really mean with Shovel Knight, I would probably put it like down in Who Cares. Because it is certainly a modern video game that wanted to do, you know, that wanted to sound like old video game music. Let's say I'm just gonna put at the bottom of B tier to be a little bit nicer to that. From what I know of Dragon Quest music, it's gonna go down in B tier. Even if the actual quality of Dragon Quest music is like a little bit higher at like A or S tier, the dude that made that music kind of fucking sucks. So I feel okay having it a few tiers down. The Res soundtrack, from what I've heard of it, is pretty good. Like, probably around there. Oh god, this is so good. Okay. I need to drink some water. It's been a while since I had a sip of the old hydration. I've heard... Oh, hey, thank you for the head pats. Crypto the Necrodancer. From what I've heard of it, it's good, but I feel like it's somewhere in this range where, like, there's nothing about it that I remember, like, sticking out to me from what I heard about it. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to minimize that. There we go. Part of me wants to toss the Xeno games into who cares, but I know that there's some actual good things in those soundtracks. But we are really getting down to the wire here. So we got Wipeout 3. Wipeout 3. Oh, nope, not final song. I just want the soundtrack. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. What's Wild Arms sound like? Come on, let's speedrun. Yes. 5 everyone. Wild Arms OST. Look it up and listen to it. Here we go. Here we go. Listen to that music. Okay. I'm liking that. I can put that into B. I feel comfortable with that. What about the Full Throttle? Oh, hell yeah. Listen to those strings. Come on, everybody. Groove with me. Here we go. That's right. Alright. What am I doing? Full Throttle. Full soundtrack, OST. Okay. you know, God bless y'all for definitely having an aesthetic and sticking to it. It is not gonna be my jam. That's gonna go down in D. Fury OST. I remember this one being another one I heard had like a really good soundtrack to it. Ooh! Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is pretty good. Yeah! That's real good. I really fuck with this. Ooh, yeah. This is making me want to play this game that I've never played before, so that is a winner there. Loving the sound of the Fury OST. Let's look at If Found. Oh, it's a too mellow soundtrack. Okay. No wonder it's on this list then. This is the track Planet X by Too Mellow for the video game soundtrack If Found. Everyone, thank you for turning in to Abaddon Radio. That's right, it's your DJ Abby D here with the hot new track from Too Mellow, Planet X. Let's hear that drop. Yeah, that's decent. It's like there. That's solidly B. No, yeah, I've had If Found on my Steam wish list for a bit, and I just haven't had the chance to pick it up yet. The Journey soundtrack. Journey is very good. It's like... because I've played through this game before, so I know that the score is like a very big part of the experience. And it's really good. To like really give it a fully fair judgment, I would need to just completely play through the game again. But it's very good. That's like an easy A tier for that game. What else do we have still? Machinarium. No fucking clue about this one, or why it's even on here. Okay. Okay, I may have spoken a bit too soon and too harshly of this game's soundtrack. I can dig this. I think this is one of those games that I had like through PlayStation Plus on the Vita for like ages and never played it. Yeah, I can get into this one. I kind of really like the sound of just that one track alone. Let's see, Night in the Woods I should have a better feel for. Like, I know the songs the band plays, but I'm trying to think on the rest of the music in it, and nothing really sticks out to me. Probably just because of how fully of an ambient experience that game is. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'm remembering the soundtrack now. It's good. It's got good proper vibes to it. It's like, nah, yeah, that goes up into A tier. Like, the more that I'm hearing of this song alone, the more I'm like, yeah, this puts me in that place when I play that game. That's up in A tier. Valkyrie profile. It is gonna be impossible to actually properly rank these in the list itself. Ooh, Motoi Sakuraba. It's gonna... Hope everyone doesn't mind me, you know, just carelessly skipping through this music. Probably like... Yeah, it's probably like around there, I think. At least going off very small samples here. There's something down there called Genso Rondo, which I have known nothing about. It's some kind of Toho game, so that means it's probably good music. Yeah, I mean, it's Toho music. It's good. If you fuck with the Toho music, you probably fuck with that soundtrack, just based off of that alone. Kirby 64. I feel like I remember liking that soundtrack a lot, but I cannot recall the majority of it off the top of my head. Okay. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. It's like there. No, it's not there. I'm really thinking about it. It's like, nah. It's probably like just above Metal Gear Solid, we'll say. Anyways, Nights into Dreams. Enough of my weird mouth noises here. See, the soundtrack for Knights, it's a Sega game, so it's very hard for them to fuck up a soundtrack. What about Octopath Traveler? I feel like I remember hearing good things about that, but it's also probably gonna be in like the general whole, whatchamacallit? General Final Fantasy range of like, yeah, that's certainly good, high fantasy music. Oh, I didn't mean to press mute. Thank you. It's got vibes. Not a ton. I'd probably put it like around there. But yeah, I meant to put this Wipeout game on there at some point, so we'll say that. Yume Nikki. See, I've played parts, a good chunk of Yume Nikki, but I still can't say I remember the full soundtrack off the top of my head. Should probably greatly disappoint a good friend of mine. But hey, it is what it is, as they say. Yeah. Vibing out with it, yeah. Yeah, the Yume Nikki soundtrack is pretty good. How high would I put it though in relation to everything else? Oh wait, I should... I need to multitask! I could put on other music while I try to touch this music. Terraria. Terraria OST. I have a feeling this is gonna be a who gives a shit moment for me. But Yume Nikki is gonna go... It's like there. It's very high, but not the absolute highest that I feel like I could give it. This is gonna be a who cares one. Sorry for any Terraria fans out there. I know I'm only listening to one song from it, but I'm listening to it and like, yeah, it's... This is happening. I got nothing else of any quality to say for it. Shadow of the Colossus. Never played this game. Let's get an idea of how I feel towards the music. Ooh! Uh-huh. I like this. There's some good fucked vibes. Yeah, I can get behind this. I can really get behind this. That's like... This is only one song and I would put it like at the very least in the A tier. And it's not even like a very active one, but just the sound of like that melody that was being played. Very tasty and off-putting. And it sounds so weird. when you consider that it's a PS2 game, like, by this point in time, I feel like they started orchestrating things, like, with more, like, proper instruments and stuff, since they could fit actual, like, you know, sound files on there. But, like, this one sounds so artificial that it really hits a good, good uncanny quality to it. Kentucky Route Zero OST. This is another one that I'm sure I would absolutely love. Heard nothing but good things about it. Oh. Already feeling it. Just listen to those pads. Yeah, it's climbing. It's climbing. That's... Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a very good one. And then we got Breath of Fire. Is Breath of Fire 2 on here twice, or is one of these 3? I didn't fuck up my model at all, did I? Okay, no, I'm still in place here. Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to minimize the window. Stop minimizing the window, I'll tell you what. Anyways. Let's say Grandia, because I have no idea what that soundtrack is gonna be like. Grandia OST from 2000. Hell yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is good. This is good, fun fantasy music. This is like at least up there with like Kingdom Hearts. Nah, yeah, it's above that. I love this. I'm hearing this for the first time and I'm kind of falling in love with it. Oh man, this bops. Xenogears X. I don't know, just Xenogears complete soundtrack. Oh. Uh-huh. This rules. It's not going over C, but this is good. It's a little... Okay, I need to put on a different song. Just because that song was so cheesy right off the bat that I need to, like, ease myself into other music in it. Like, that seems good. Yeah. Yeah, I feel good about having it at about, like, that level. Xenoblade Chronicles. And there's gonna be a big chunk of me going through, like, the Breath of Fire soundtrack. Probably listening to one game song, a single song from a single one of those games, and then being like, yeah, the rest of this is just gonna go ahead and gravitate around that. I definitely like the orchestration on this quite a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and say that it's like up there at the bottom of A tier with all the other Final Fantasy games that probably have extremely good orchestration to it. The Witcher Wild Hunt. I have a feeling The Witcher 3 is gonna be a, like, who cares soundtrack for me once I hear it. But who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. These vocals are already kind of setting it apart, so I'll give it that much at least. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta be mean. I gotta put The Witcher in Who Cares. There's nothing about that that's really, like, sticking to me very much. Secret of Mana OST. Okay. We got any other songs here? Pardon me for a moment. I just furiously skip through this. Yeah, this is gonna be, like, down here. Where, like, I don't... It sounds good, but there's nothing about it that's really popping to me. Like, the grooves that they have going on the drum side of things is kind of nice, but, like, there's nothing really stand-out-ish to me. Breath of Fire. Let's say Breath of Fire 2, and we're gonna judge Breath of Fire's 3 and 4 by that. Even if it's the wrong thing to do, it's what I'm gonna do, because I've already been streaming for like almost 4 hours. There's a track on this that's just called Please God. Please God, stop making me compose this music. Yeah, those are gonna go into about the same spot. I'm gonna assume that they get better as they go along, but SMT 3 Nocturne OST. Normal battle. That's what we're gonna be hearing a lot if we play this game. Aw, yeah. Now we're talking. Aw, yeah. Now we're grooving. Yeah, I can get behind that. Alright. I'm not gonna put on the Silent Hill 3 soundtrack. I was thinking of doing that while I arrange these, but considering the one time that we got a copyright strike and a chunk of the stream muted. I don't want to take that risk. Instead, Super Mario Sunshine. Now let's try and figure out some kind of order to this. I feel like I mostly have the general order here set up. So like Nier Automata, Undertale, Transistor, Super Mario Sunshine. Is there anything that I would kick out Super Mario Sunshine for? I don't feel like there is. Yeah, I don't think there is. Because Delfino Plaza. So good. I love that overworld theme so much for this game. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna be sitting with that. Now is where it starts to get hard. Outer Wilds, I feel like, has to be pretty high up there. It's one of those soundtracks where, like, the music is so kind of integral to, like, every single playthrough that it gets lost in the background, but when you actually go back and listen to it, all the music in it is still so fucking good. So that one's gonna be close to the top. The original Nier is gonna be pretty high up there. Silent Hill 2 deserves to be up there. I'm gonna have the Final Fantasy 12-2 one towards the bottom because that's mostly a joke option. Mother 3 deserves to be pretty high. Super Mario World. Mega Man 2 is gonna be up there. Let's say Mario Kart 8 is like there. Nier's like there. Silent Hill 2 is like here. Persona 4... Yeah, Persona 4 is like there. Hotline Miami soundtrack is just above Tony Hawk. Irisu Syndrome, it's about there. Doom 2016. Yeah, Doom 2016 is there-ish. Dragon Guard 3 is gonna be there. Final Fantasy 14 could stay there. Bloodborne, Super Mario 3. Yeah, that feels like a decent order for what I have in S there. It's like just a little bit too loud for me, but maybe I should just take one of the headphones off. What else do we have? It's hard to say what I put up there. Sorry for that. How about... I feel pretty good about Metal Gear Solid 3 being towards the top of that. Valhalla is another one that I would put up there as having like a really good soundtrack that maybe... Valhalla maybe actually like dips up into S tier when I think about it. Yeah, it does. And Super Mario 3 like dips out. It's still very high into A, but it's like with Super Mario 64. God, this is hard. Getting down to this part is where it's gonna be fucking impossible. Like, I think I have, like, B to C ordered about as well as I can have them. A, though, I kind of just tossed everything together and have no idea what I'm doing with some of this. Supersonic racing. Hot sex with your dad. I mean, considering it's like there, just above Parappa. The Sonic R soundtrack is very, very good. I don't listen to it on the regular. Earthbound is probably like there. Same with Chrono Trigger. I would maybe put Chrono Trigger above Earthbound. But Earthbound, like, I find Earthbound songs more randomly popping into my head than I do Chrono Trigger stuff. So I think that's gonna be the order on that. Let's see. Bayonetta. Yeah, Bayonetta is probably like right about there. Animal Crossing, Mega Man X is there. Don't care much for the game, but the soundtrack does bop. Cannot take that away from it. Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 is like there. I really liked Nocturne from the single song that I heard of it, even more so than Chrono Cross. Ikaruga is gonna go above all of those, and Ikaruga probably stops like there, but Ikaruga has a very, very good soundtrack. It's so good. Doom Eternal. Let's say Doom Eternal is like there. And Disco Elysium is also going to be relatively high, I think. Like, the vibes are extremely strong with Disco Elysium from what I've heard of it. Like, probably, yeah, above Dark Souls. I think it's good right in there for now. We're gonna say Rhythm Fever. This is gonna be like our little block for rhythm game adjacent stuff. Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods is definitely in the same vein as Disco Elysium. Like, that is a soundtrack that puts you in that town that this story takes place in. And that is so vital, especially for something like Night in the Woods, where it's basically just a walking simulator, a third-person walking simulator. Like, it's really important to have a soundtrack that just puts you so firmly in its setting. Hades, I'm gonna say that Persona 3 is like there. Kingdom Hearts 2 is actually gonna be pretty high for me. I have a lot of fond memories of just like the ambient town music in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, it's pretty high up. Anyways, don't mind me being a weirdo here. Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like there. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm feeling pretty good about this list now. And here we have it. Your newest member of Life City, Abby D, aka Abaddon, has ranked a selection of video game soundtracks. I also did this. And I also, what was the other? I also did this. I don't know that anyone is probably streaming at this point that we know. I can go ahead and check, but I doubt it. We're gonna mute that real quick. Probably also not much in the way of folks watching at the moment, so I'll probably just end it here. Let's see where things are at. Yeah, it's just like 4 people hanging out. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and call it there then. Everyone, thank you for tuning in for this little impromptu stream. Appreciate y'all dropping by. I believe Jay and Bree are gonna be back tomorrow. Probably playing more Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2, I assume. But yeah, until then, everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great night. Praise Satan, and bye!